Go for it, Dagmar.
So I hope everyone can see my screen. I'm going to go through this as quickly as possible. Nikki has mentioned a lot already. We've launched some social events this year. We're looking to hold more regular gatherings for our neighborhood. And luckily, we've got a nomination for Agnes, who's interested in social events, and she's planning some Halloween fun. So please make sure you're on the Gardens Watch Chat WhatsApp group so you get the invite and the details. We also share important applications relevant to our neighborhood that we receive from SEBRA and the Ward Forum committees, as well as cleaning team updates and information about fundraising efforts. So that's all on the Gardens Watch chat. So I really recommend that everyone signs up to that so you don't miss out on important information. Nikki already explained about how this chat group has helped us keep our emergency crime group clear of chats so that SAPs are able to respond to real emergencies. So that's very important to keep the chats on the chat group, and the crime group is just for alerts only. Oh, and also one other thing is that anyone can join the chat group. It's open for the general public. You don't need to be a Gardens Watch member. I'm going to talk a bit about engaging with the authorities. So Gardens Watch believes we need to engage with the authorities in our area in order to effectively get access to all the resources that are available to us. So this means we have to follow rules and regulations rather than acting gung-ho, but we believe that the support makes us worthwhile. So we have a few ways that we're engaging. We have accreditation with the Department of Community Safety, which was an important step. SAPs and law enforcement are more likely to engage with an accredited watch, and we receive resources like Nikki already mentioned, a cash injection, and we get city support. So there's a rigorous application process, including police clearance certificates for all the EXCO members, and we completed that this year. So thanks to all the EXCO members for getting their police clearances, which was, we had to go get fingerprinted and such like, but it was worth it. We have the full support of law enforcement. So we saw that last night on our patrol, where we had 10 law enforcement officers with us. So that's the kind of thing that we get when we get accreditation as a neighborhood watch. So the Ward Forum, we have 2 wards in our area, and we have representatives on both Ward Forum committees. And this gives us and other local organizations direct access to the ward councillors and the inner city workings. We get to hear about liquor license applications. We get to take forward our issues to the Ward Forum committee meetings, and we can hopefully get them addressed. We also attend monthly SAPS Sector 1 meetings, which is specifically for our area, CBD and Gardens. And we attend the monthly Community Policing Forum meetings, which includes representatives from the Greater Cape Town area. So through our attendance at all these various meetings, we're able to keep abreast of the new developments and further strengthen the connections we have made with the various officials in these organizations. We think they're very worthwhile. So just this engagement in numbers. We've logged a lot of service requests, so that's with the team, the cleaning team that Marie has mentioned, as well as the greater EXCO as well. We've law enforcement requests, and we've attended a lot of meetings between Nikki and myself and other people on the committee, attending meetings with the ward councillors, Ward Forum meetings, Community Policing Forum meetings. It's a lot. Just keeping that going is quite time consuming. So as Nikki said, we would like to do more patrols, but we only have 6 or actually 5 active patrollers. To have regular patrols, we'll need to at least double that. So we did do a patrol last night, and we've got law enforcement and SAPs came out in support of Gardens Watch, and we got a lot of resources as part of being an accredited Gardens, a neighborhood watch. So if we want to have patrols in our neighborhood, that's great, and we were really happy to help make that happen. We just need more people to volunteer to do that. I also wanted to say that our neighborhood is different from the others in the city bowl because we have criminals living on our pavements right outside our houses. So we don't believe we need to be putting ourselves in danger. These people know where we live. So what we did last night and what we do is we patrol in our cars, and we have radios which we can send issues to Watchcom. So we don't want to put ourselves in danger. We don't want anyone to get stabbed. We don't want the criminals to know that you're patrolling and where you live. So it's not a scary thing at all. The patrol, it's quite nice. You get to hang out with your neighbors in a car for an hour or so. So I really do recommend that you volunteer, especially if you're interested in having patrols in the neighborhood. It's easy to say that we must patrol, but unless you're willing to volunteer, yeah, that's that. Okay, so cameras. We have 3 installations in place, as well as access to a 4th installation, which is managed privately. We've also secured 3 LPR cameras from the Ward 77 budget with Francine, and they are going up on strategic exit points around Mill Street. So you can see the blue dots on the map. Just generally, our camera project requires more resources in terms of funding, but also members getting involved in monitoring. So we can pay for monitoring services, like the one that is in Glenville Street, which shows good results. But with the type of crime in our area, we feel that having residents monitor cameras and build a story about local characters will be more helpful. So we would like to pursue this type of virtual neighborhood patrolling more closely. But we need help from the community if we're going to make this a success. So the idea would be that we would have a dashboard that accredited members of our neighborhood watch could have access to and could monitor from the safety of their own homes during the day while they're working, or maybe at night. So we've received that 10,000 Rand as an accredited neighborhood watch, and we would like to allocate that to our camera project. And just for my final slide, I worked with Hannah this year, going door to door to visit businesses in our area. So we identified the need for business support. And as part of that process, I did some mapping, which I found quite eye-opening. So this is the first draft. It's not 100% correct. But the yellow areas are residential. The pink ones are Western Cape or governments, whether it's national, provincial, or city-owned. Everything else is commercial, except for maybe the green areas and the roads and things. So these are the numbers that I got up there. They don't add up to 100%. That's because I excluded roads, and which probably should be put under City of Cape Town. But our area is only 18.4% residential. So that puts us in quite a different place to the other neighborhood watches, where they have more residents who are able to go patrolling, more residents who are donating to the neighborhood watch. We need to, and by the way, that residential includes the council houses. So yes, it's that. I didn't put the council houses under city and government owned properties. So you can see there that really we need some way of getting businesses involved and having more formal structure, because what we've noticed with the businesses is, community residents are happy to donate to a more informal structure where it's working on volunteer basis, and but businesses really want to see a more formalized structure. And yeah,